Good day and welcome back to another week of Talking Technical. And last week I made a mistake. I looked at Anglo Gold for Felicity instead of Anglo American. So my apologies, Felicity, but thank you for your request. And everybody's looking at what will happen with Anglo Platinum after Anglo American got rid of it. Remember, the other one that they also want to sell in time to come is, of course, the big one, Kumba. So at the moment, let's have a look at Anglo American for Felicity. Well, Felicity, like most of the shares, they fell off a cliff from about the 26th of March. Can you remember? That was when Mr. Trump decided that tariffs is the new ball game, and he carried on with that, and it took Anglo American all the way from 570 Rand all the way down to 420 Rand in a matter of a few sessions. Well, what happened in the meantime is that Anglo American had a beautiful relief bounce. And what do we see? That little gap there was closed. And I want to show you, and there's also a nice technical lesson in here. While this gap was open, the momentum to the downside was healthy in place. So nothing could stop the share to come back. It just went one way. But what happened when it fell off a cliff? There opened another gap. And let's use that same line just to show you that gap. And that gap sits between that. So when the rally took place, the share went all the way up and it closed that gap. And that is now the lesson. The lesson is with gaps, usually it trades away from the gap. But when there's a turnaround, it often go all the way back to close the gap. And now we've got this opening gap here that tells you that the momentum is still clearly to the top. And where's this gap? This gap is between 469 Rand and 58 cents, and that gap will close at 460 Rand and 47 cents. So we had this beautiful rally. It looks like that the share found some strong resistance at the 50-day moving average. This is our 50-day moving average. And look what happened. For long, the share was just trading around this. It found resistance here when Mr. Trump decided that tariffs is the new thing. It fell off a cliff. It bounced all the way back to 50-day moving average. So for me, it is quite a simple answer. My clue is at the 50-day moving average. And that tells me when Anglo America can start to move above the 50-day moving average, we'll probably see that this gap will remain open and that momentum to the top can take place. And what is the other lesson? Just extend this line a little bit and then you will see something very interesting. Every time that the share got to this line, there was either a support or a resistance. And this happened from early January. That found a support, it bounced off here, it found support there, it bounced off there. Then it started to work that gap and it broke below that with a gap. And what happened? It fell off a cliff. So for my personal idea is that this share must get above this 50-day moving average. And that sits at 528 Rand and 70 cents. Above 528.70, it will look positive to me. And maybe if you're brave enough and you believe that this 50-day moving average holds the key, you can buy above 528.70, but make use of a stop loss of 506.85. That's the low of this candle. Well, that's almost a 5 to 7% stop loss. But what can you say? I mean, this volatility that we've seen in the last couple of weeks is almost not even on the record books. In actual fact, if we've got time and we look at the S&P 500, this weekend, the S&P 500, the guys that does all the stats, they said, listen, guys, this is the strongest rally in the S&P 500 in the last 20 years. So it just shows you. So for me, if you look at Anglo America, what's my resistance lines above the support line? If you buy it, it will be 535 Rand, 542.18. There's another level there, 547.56. And I mean, this high of this shooting star where the selling took place will be a strong resistance. That will be 573.75. But somebody else asked me, Temba asked me, Frans, can you maybe look at the top 400, top 2, top 40, and you must tell me what you think about this chart. I mean, We talk about a strong rally in the S&P 500. Look what happened here. The market fell off a cliff from 82,617. It went all the way, you can almost say, to 70,000. And then in one go, it went up all the way. And there's your 50-day moving average. It just went straight past that. And we right at the top. Look at the shadows here. This shadows tells you that there were some keen sellers around here because they saw that high there. And what happened? Since then, the market just pushed up slowly but surely, and we are grossly overbought. I mean, let's maybe have a look at that Themba. You will see what I'm talking about here. Let's have a look. I'll use the stochastic here, because the stochastic is a nice and simple indicator. Everybody can understand that. That always tells you that the momentum to a side is maybe just too strong. Just have a look here. It stays in this overbought zone for almost now, you can say 2 weeks. It happened here before. I mean, it went from 30th of January all the way to 21st of February. That was almost 3 weeks. We're sitting in the same scenario. But what does that tell you? When it collapses on this overbought situation, it can easily come from 81,200 to 78,000, and that is about 3,000 points. So we can easily see that if the top 40 index pull back, we can maybe see all the way a sell-off maybe to 3,000 points. And where do we sit then? Exactly at this moving average, and that is at the 50-day moving average. So if I look at this chart, because he said to me, Frans, what do you think about this chart? The first thing I'm looking at is there's the resistance line. We touched that last week. And there you are. We played around that. But I also see something that makes me a little bit worried. And that is this megaphone formation. Well, that candle there that was out to the downside, I'll show you now. There you are. Sorry. That candle that pushed out all the way, I think was just a blip on the chart, although it is a pointer. I just want to draw it in correctly here. There you are. There's the megaphone formation. Now, unfortunately, a megaphone formation always sends mixed signals. Now, yes, some people will say they see a rising wedge. I see a megaphone formation. The reason being, this was a complete, almost you can say an abnormality. Nobody even thought about this. Then it bounced up all the way. It was a waterfall formation. It was a V reversal. And look at these candles, all of them, especially the last 3 candles on this chart, very, very nervous. So where's my first sign of weakness? And I just showed you here that the share is grossly overbought. There's a line that holds the key. There was the upper shadows of the people that actually started to sell the index because they believed that we will probably maybe see a double top. But what happened? The market pushed past that. And for me, this will be now a strong support because look at it. Last week, the market used this line, this support line, as a support, and the buyers came in to support it again. So there's some sellers around here. They were found wrong. There's some buyers. They are happy and they correct. So the pendulum or the pivot of this chart is exactly at 83,795. Let's make it 83,800 because at that point, these sellers will say, okay, we're okay. We can maybe sell again. And then these buyers will say, listen, boys, it's time to lock in profit. This market went too high. It can maybe pull back. So this is my idea. And I think there's some strong resistance waiting at 85,217. Well, Peter asked me about Tugela. He said to me, Frans, I'm receiving a nice dividend here. It was an 11% dividend. I'm quite excited about it. But it looks like the share remains under pressure. Well, it's quite simple, Peter. If you look at the chart, the momentum is clearly to the downside. The dividend has been paid out. Everybody is happy about it, but we on a very, very strong support level here. And a lot of people will say, Frans, but this is a classic descending triangle. You're quite right. This is a descending triangle, but where will it break down? Only below the low of this candle, and that is sitting at 90 Rand and 63 cents. Then we can go all the way down to 80 Rand, but look at your stochastic. Your stochastic is sitting at the 11. It's quite low. So for me, I think we can maybe test this line. Peter, you've received your dividend. And a lot of people also like to receive the dividend when the share bounced back to the place where they bought it. They want to sell it, then they had a dividend and let's say a break even on the share price. But for me, the golden rule here is while the share is above 97.19, you can easily see that it can recover from here. And look at this resistance line. It's sitting at 95.97. And as you all know, the rand is quite strong at the moment. And we can maybe see that the rand starts to weaken against the dollar, and it can quickly assist these commodities. And in the back of my mind, I see that Brent oil is under pressure. OPEC is producing more. And what is a coal stock like together? It has nothing else but it is energy. And energy is now not the theme of the market. Everybody do not like energy. Everybody sells energy. But believe you me, energy will come back as a play. Maybe not now, maybe not in a week, but I like this chart because it's from 144 Rand to 91 Rand. It paid a beautiful dividend of 11%. And if this support lines hold, and remember that's the golden level, 90 Rand and 63 cents, we can maybe see a beautiful bounce out of the stochastic because we are oversold now. We can easily see a bounce from here. Well, I went over my time a little bit, but thank you for watching the show, and please send your requests through on YouTube. You can either type there which share you would like me to analyze, or go on to X or Twitter. My handle is Trader France. You can also ask there for a request for Talking Technical, or you can even drop me an email at france@fransdeklerk.com. Well, we'll chat again, and all the best. See you.